do this first. So let's start with development update. This was posted 22 hours ago. June development update, the road to 0.9.0. So basically now we're in the version 0.8.5F, and we were thinking of releasing 0.8.6, but now they feel confident they can release 0.9.0 directly as soon as September. So the big update is going to include the multiplayer. They are calling it a multiplayer beta, as they are still adding features to it. They also have some nice GIFs here. Also see some familiar names from Germany, Trickster over here. So this is what the UI will look like. 3 players in this case, probably the maximum will be 4 players. We'll have to see, we have no info on that. And they are saying we are calling this the beta, the multiplayer beta, because we will have all the existing systems and content fully playable online, but we won't be done tailoring the entire Last Epoch experience to be ready for our full launch. Yeah, and they'll touch upon this a bit further down. Yeah, reduce application required for working on 2 separate single-player and multiplayer projects. So the game will still have the offline single-player mode, but for the developers, they won't work with 2 versions of the game at the same time, which of course will speed up the release process further on. And sure, their main focus, as they've stated, that the previous development update will also be on improving performance of the game, which is a must in my opinion as well, and the combat feel, so adding new animations, death animations for the mobs and all that. Not really understanding what is going on here, but basically the echo is loading because someone else started it, or just, yeah, okay, they go back for the portal, that I understand if someone opens a portal, but multiplayer echoes will be interesting to see, because who chooses the path for the web? That's my question, and it doesn't get addressed here. So maybe we have a rolling system in place, each player chooses the next echo and somehow it gets rolled on. We'll see. So back to the multiplayer, multiplayer beta, so is what they are calling it. We are calling this the beta because 0.9.0 will be bringing existing features and content online, but their vision includes more features and changes that we haven't discussed much lately, but are aspects to consider fundamental. Yeah, so some missing masteries that we believe will truly help make the game feel more complete, right? So maybe they are still considering to add the 3 missing masteries for 1.0, yeah? And we're calling it the beta because balance issues will start to pop up in multiplayer for sure. And they'll have a lot of work balancing the classes, and of course, if possible, adding all the missing masteries until 1.0 to give multiplayer more balanced feel. And they have some new things, also some new mob types. We'll see them in just a bit. Yeah, so we're moving everything on the online platform basically, and yeah, to support multiplayer, that's for sure. Yeah, so we're working on the multiplayer alpha right now, which we are testing with community testers, also streamers and YouTubers. And let's see what else they are telling us here. About the optimization, we all know the ruins of Warren. This pops up in the 2nd chapter already in the ruined era, and also the ruined city map template, for example, in the Last Ruin monolith, which I'm doing extensively, farming Eldegar's for Ravenous Void Gloves. And we all know that the performance, especially in this template, drops a lot, and it doesn't even count. You can have the best graphics card, the best processor out there, CPU out there. It all boils down to optimization right now. So what we are doing, we are trying to reduce the number of draw calls. So somehow some objects that get rendered more than once with no significant impact on quality. So we are reducing this draw calls from 1441 to 867, and we can also see a heat map of the FPS increase or improvement, let's say. So we are saying here for the Ancient Dragon, when it drops these bombs on you, a change in the shaders of the particle effects resulted in FPS increasing from 50 to 90 during his attacks. So let's hope they are continuing doing this performance improvements, because they are much needed to make the game feel more smooth, and frame rates per second increase, of course. And combat feel, yeah, they are adding new depth animation on depth effects. So we've seen that in the March, I think, development update, or in the May one, I'm not sure anymore. When you like cast fire on mobs, we've seen some animations that they actually catch fire or turn to ashes when they fall, when they die. So all these nice things. So we are adding also some new mobs. This is the Void Penance. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, a void thing without an actual form, let's say, but with a lot of hands sticking out. And we can also see the on-depth animation here. So yeah, it feels pretty powerful, more impactful when you hit him. It just gets pushed to the back and cut in half, so yeah, pretty good. The Void Fused Earth, we've seen a lot of them, especially on my stream in the Last Ruin, and we are changing the look of the Void Fused Earth. The Void Fused Earth is currently like a giant made of stone that can attack also nearby, melee, but also has a range attack, pretty powerful range attack. And we are changing also how it looks, the mob itself, but also the attacks. So you can see it hits like with both arms. And the ranged attack also looks pretty interesting. So let's see, yeah, it looks like this. So totally different look for this mob. Yeah, the equipment models, we've seen that in the development stream, so they are changing like how the armor looks for the mage and also for the primalist. And their goal, as stated also in this development blog update, they are trying to add unique models for each unique item in the game, and I think there are over 700 unique items already. Battle Mage's Endeavor, I have a couple of these. Not sure if I'll ever play a Spellblade or anytime soon, but looks pretty nice. The Last Laugh, you all know this one probably. Ars Phoenix. Yeah, and this was revealed in the developer stream, which is every Friday. Also here on Twitch. So for the Forge Guard, he has a skill called Manifest Armor. This is what it looked before, and this is what it looks now, and this is an actual render, so it's not, this is actually from the game, yeah, so it's not, and to prove that, they also show you the spinning model over here. So yeah, quite a difference from the current one, let's say. And yeah, they had also this community event adding a unique based on what the participants voted on. So I think this is a good item. Corrupted Heraldry. Yeah, so this is a good item for fire sorcerers who can switch their fire spells, turn their fire spells into void damage. find it's quite interesting. So, but it's staff, so I don't know if going for 200 staff is better than going for 100 and an offhand. We'll just have to see it in action. So basically, exciting news, and multiplayer is closer than we thought. I also said that probably multiplayer will come in autumn, not necessarily in September, so I stick to that assumption, and probably, yeah, sooner rather than later we'll also have multiplayer ready for us to be tested. So that's really good news. I'm very happy about that, and yeah, of course, once multiplayer hits, then we'll be able to play together.